You're still waiting for him, maybe waiting for a message, maybe waiting for him to change, maybe waiting for God to confirm whether he's the right person. And in the middle of that waiting, there's one thing nobody told you. God is already speaking. Not about when he's coming back, not about what he's feeling right now, about who he really is. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to show you today is going to completely change the way you've been reading this story. And it's going to give you a clarity you've been trying to find everywhere except the right place. The Bible has a sentence that most people read too fast. Luke 8:17 says, "For nothing is hidden that will not become evident, nor anything secret that will not be known and come to light." Nothing hidden. Not a person's character, not the intention behind every silence, not what's really in his heart. The problem is that most women, when they're waiting for someone, are looking in the wrong place. They keep looking at him, at his actions, his messages, his absences, his explanations. When God, during the waiting season, is revealing everything they need to know, right there, in front of them, without a disguise. I'm going to show you 6 revelations God commonly makes about a man during the waiting period. If you recognize at least 3 of them in your story, you have enough information to make the most important decision of your life right now. Save this video. You'll want to watch it again when everything makes sense. There's one thing men rarely lie about. Not what they say. It's what they do when no one is asking. When he disappears for days and comes back like nothing happened, that's a revelation. When he has time for everything except you, that's a revelation. When he shows up only when he needs something and vanishes when you need something, that's a revelation. His silence isn't mysterious, it's an answer. Proverbs 20:11 says, "Even a child is known by his actions, by whether his conduct is pure and right." Not by his words, by his actions. God doesn't need an audible voice to show you who a person is. He uses that person's own behavior as the message. The question isn't, why does he disappear? The question is, what are you choosing to believe instead of what you're seeing? Drop a number 1 in the comments if you've experienced or are living through that kind of silence that confuses more than it explains. One day you'll set a boundary. You'll say you need more consistency, that you can't handle the instability anymore, that you need to know where you stand, and his reaction in that moment will tell you everything. If he respects it, listens, and changes, you have a man who sees you as a person. If he gets offended, disappears, calls you too demanding, or promises to change, and repeats everything 2 weeks later, you have a revelation. Ephesians 5:25 says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." Love that comes from God doesn't run from boundaries. True love is capable of adjusting for the person it loves. When a man treats your boundary as an attack, he's revealing that what he wants isn't you. It's the version of you that never asks for anything. That version doesn't exist, and it shouldn't. Pay attention to how he talks about his exes, how he treats people who can't do anything for him, the waiter, the customer service rep, the employee. How he acts when he's angry and thinks there are no consequences. How he talks about God, if he talks about God at all. You're not evaluating whether he's perfect. You're reading his character. And character isn't what a person shows when they're trying to win you over. Character is what shows up when they're comfortable, when they're angry, when there's nothing to prove. Luke 6:44 says, "For every tree is known by its own fruit." Not by the promise of fruit, not by the potential of fruit, by the fruit that's already there. What do you see when he's relaxed, away from impress mode? That's the real man, and God has already shown him to you. If this revelation hit home, share this video with a friend who also needs this clarity right now. This one is going to sting, and it needs to. A man who has no relationship with God can love you the way he understands love. But he can't love you the way you were created to be loved, because the love God designed for you isn't a human love doing its best. It's a human love being sustained by something greater than itself. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." It's not prejudice, it's protection. During the waiting season, observe. Does he seek to grow spiritually? Does he have accountability to God, or only to his own desires? When everything falls apart, does he have somewhere to stand? Because one day there will be a crisis you won't be able to fix. One day he'll need an anchor you can't be. God is showing you this now, during the waiting season, before it's too late to see. Drop a yes or no in the comments. Have you ever considered his spiritual life as a criteria, or have you always set that aside? There's something that happens to a lot of women during the waiting season that's hard to admit. The more he disappears, the more she chases. The more he's cold, the more she tries to warm things up. The more he ignores her, the more she tries to be seen. And without realizing it, she starts lowering what she accepts. She keeps dropping what she considers enough. She keeps convincing herself that maybe she's asking for too much. That's not humility. It's the opposite. Psalm 139:14 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." You were wonderfully made, not to beg for attention, not to compete with his phone, not to keep proving you deserve to be chosen. When God allows his absence to hurt that much, it's not to destroy you. It's to reveal how much you've been trained to accept crumbs as if they were a feast. The revelation isn't only about him. It's about what you started believing about yourself since he walked into your life. There's a confusion that destroys many stories before they even begin. The confusion between intensity and love. When a relationship is full of highs and lows, of fights and reconciliations, of disappearing acts and passionate returns, it feels like love because it moves everything inside you. Your heart races. Your mind won't stop. You think about him all day long. But that's not necessarily love. It might be anxiety wearing a romance disguise. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." God's peace guards. It doesn't agitate. It doesn't confuse. It doesn't keep you up at 2 a.m. rereading a conversation. The man God prepared for you won't give you the feeling that you need to keep your heart at full volume just to know it's real. He'll bring a peace that sometimes feels strange, because you were so used to the chaos that the calm will feel like a lack of emotion. It's not. It's exactly the opposite. If the relationship with him only exists at the edge of intensity, that's also a revelation. The revelation nobody told you about him is this: God doesn't need a vision, a dream, or an audible voice to show you who this person is. He's already showing you, through the actions, through the silence, through how you feel when you're close to him and when you're not. The question isn't whether God will reveal it. The question is, are you willing to see? Jeremiah 33:3 says, "Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." He answers when we call, and many times the answer is already right in front of you. You just needed someone to help you read it. Which of the 6 revelations landed deepest in you today? Write the number in the comments. I want to know where you are in this story. The link to take your next step is in the first pinned comment. If this video made sense to you, send it to a friend who's in that same waiting season right now. Sometimes the message arrives through the hands of someone you love. Subscribe to the channel. Every week there's a message like this to walk with you through this process. You're not waiting in vain, but you need to be seeing while you wait.